Hi everyone and welcome to my place. I am here to help with formal, traditional, large-scale designs for churches, venues, big places. They're really easy to do. First step is to get an urn or a big container. So the bigger the container, the bigger the size of your creation you can achieve. It's a little bit hot, so before I go any further, I'm just going to get rid of that so that I can really get into it. Into my urn here, I have put some foam. I've used the grey foam because I'm basically going to be doing my structure with artificial flowers and foliage, and then we'll come back to it and I will show you my tips and tricks for using a few fresh flowers. And don't forget that when people are at a church, whether it be Sunday service or a funeral or a wedding, they're usually way down there. They're not way up here. So you can cheat the whole system by using your artificial forms. To begin, normally I just do the foliage, but today I thought, no, I'm going to change that up and let's get our big forms in first. So the first thing that I'm going to put into here is going to be our magnolia. Now it's got a little bit of a bend on it, but don't worry about that at this stage because I'm actually going to put some blossom in. Now you can use either fresh or artificial. I haven't got mine yet, but we have got this. If you've got branches, put in some big bare branches. That's going to give the illusion of being big and high. The other thing I've done is I've come in about probably 2 inches from the inside of the cap. Can you see that there where I've gone? I've come in about 2 inches. The reason I've done that is because I want this to be that way towards you. It still is going to need some visual weight, some foliages and things at the back, because that's going to give it the illusion of it's actually continuing around. And that bit at the back is very important. The other thing I want to just share with you is I did a big red and white arrangement. I think it was for the bachelor. This is going to be similar, but I'm just going at it a different way. The next thing I want to put into here is some leaves. The leaves, I'm just going to put a leaf there and I'm going to put a leaf there. Remember when you're doing these, that there's almost like an imaginary line that's running through the center of your design. So what you're doing on this side, you're going to do on this side. And it's not coming this way, but sort of like more out the side like wings, just a little bit of gentle fall. The next thing I want to put into here is a little bit of gum. I'll just put one piece there. We can always put more in due course. So that's this gum with the seeded pods on it. Then I'm going to bring this one up into here beside that. Beside that, I'm going to bring in another piece here, and I want to take that way down. So you can see that I'm actually starting to step it down and bring it into the middle, and I'm still working from one little point, or pretty much everything's still appearing as if it's coming from that one point of, well, I like to say growth. Right, beside that, I'm going to bring in another couple of pieces of the gum, and this one I'm going to bring down so that that falls out the sides. So it's sort of gently falling out that way, and that is the next piece I'm going to put in, and I'm just going to move that ever so slightly to the front. In with that, I've got one more leaf which I'm going to cut because I think I've just got one there and I've got one there. I've got the saying, one on its own is okay, 2's interesting, but 3 is visually more exciting. So I'm going to bring that leaf into there so that that bends down that way there. The next thing I want to bring in is some magnolia. So I'm going to bring a piece of magnolia down into here. If you've got fresh magnolia, by all means use that. So I'm going to take that to there. So from where you're sitting now, that's actually taken your eye around to the back of the design so that it just doesn't look like a big fat fan that just stops there. It has to have some kind of transitional form from the front through to the back. I have another piece here. Because I've done that there, I'm just going to bring that into there, and I'm going to bring that so that that falls over. So exactly the same way as if there was a line running through here, what you've done on this side, this way, so So the line's running through here, let's just get it right. So what's happening there needs to happen at the back. You can actually bend that further backwards if you want to, so that it's going to be like a rounded form. I had one more piece and I just dropped it, so I'll just pick that up. So I've got a piece there and I've got a piece there, and I think now what I would like to do is to bring a piece over to this side. So now we've placed 3 into it, so it's like a triangle. So you've got one piece here, equal distance over there, equal distance from there, across to there, and there to there. Now, if you kind of get my drift now when I say something is missing, you've got something here, but you don't have something there. So this is when you need to be remembering what you do on one side, you need to be doing on the other side. So I'll bring that over to there like so. So now I had my triangle, but I wasn't balanced with what I had on this side to what I needed on that side. The next thing I want to bring in is a little bit of holly. And the reason I want to bring the holly in is because it's what I call a blending colour. So it's got the green and the cream with it. It also has some berries which gives you some texture, which is going to give you some visual interest. So I've got a piece on that side, and I'm going to bring a piece down and into there, and I'm just going to bend that ever so slightly. So I've got one a little bit higher and one just a little bit lower. I've got a third piece here. Whoops. I've got a third piece here, so I'm now going to bring that over to this side. So I've sort of got another triangle going on. I've got one to there, equal distance, roundabout. There to there, I've got another piece, from there to there. So I've got that transition of form and shape and texture. Right, I've got 2 other pieces of gum. I'm going to bring that little bit into there. You could, whatever you've got, just use that with fresh foliage, and then that can go over to that side there. And the reason I'm doing that again is because I've got it here, so I need to bring it over to that side. Now, this is, oops, that was my scissors falling. This is the best thing I have ever designed and created. This is part of our magnolia range, and it's a topiary tree. It's much, much longer, but what I've done is I've cut it. And the reason I've cut it is because I want something that's going to be a filler, and I've got, look at all the space in here. I have to do something with all of that space, and I could just keep going, layering and layering and layering more foliage, but look at that. That immediately fills a whole heap of stuff into the centre, and from there I can now start bringing in my flowers. Now you're probably going about now thinking, how does she know what length to make this? General rule of thumb, 1.5 times the height or the width of your container, whichever is the greatest. The beauty of these urns is it's as high as it sort of kind of is wide. Not quite, but almost as high as it is wide. And this is the perfect vessel for creating height. So you can, so as I said, 1.5 times the height or the width of the container. I'm actually making that twice the length of this container because I want to achieve a little bit of height into my design. So you can go as high as you like, as long as you've got all of this wonderful sturdy base into the center. Now the next one I'm going to put in is ever so slightly shorter than the one that I just put in. So, and I like to liken it to, if there was a fairy at the top there, that fairy could step gently from one form to the next. Now it's got a little bit of a whoopee on there, but that's okay because I can now manipulate. So you've got, so what's happening now is your eye's coming into there, it's seeing that white, it's up the container, seeing the white, and it's drifting up to the top form, and that's exactly what we want to achieve. The next one that's going to go in is going to be one that's just a little bit shorter than the one before, just ever so slightly, not too short, because remember that delphiniums, they like to grow up to the sky. So when you're designing with them, the best way forward is to place them in the order of which they grow. If the wind comes through and it pulls the delphinium over, it's going to be down here. But they like to grow that way, so place them the way that they like to be placed. Now that's got a little bit of a bend on, and you will find that when you're doing your designing that things will do that. Don't worry about it at this stage, because we can now go through and put some more sticks into there, which is actually going to be a structure and support. Give me one more moment to go and get some other forms, and I'll take you to the next level of filling out all of these parts through my design. Loving this designing, not that though. Right, it's still got a wobble on. Let me show you my tip. Cable tie. Go into your design, go into your biggest structure, which is this big piece of blossom at the back. Take that around there, put your cable tie on, not too tight, but that will move that into your design. So clever, so clever. Okay, now the next thing I needed to show you was, I've got that bit of gum over there, but I don't have anything over here. So that's when we can put another piece of gum in. And that's got a bit of a movement on it, but that's okay. I will sort that in due course. So now I've got something happening here. So there's your line running through. What I've done on this side, I've repeated on this side. It's not perfect, but it doesn't need to be perfect at this stage, because, tip from me, nothing in life is perfect. Nothing in life grows perfectly by nature, so don't beat yourself up. So we just needed a bit there and a bit there. The next thing I want to do is to bring in another little bit of gum, and I've got a space in here. So look what happens when I put that there. I'll take it out and I'll let you have a look again. Nothing, little void. That void's not doing anything for me. Just put that into there, and that little bit of gum there is just filling that void. Because I've done that there, what we're now going to need to do, and I'll just cut this one moment, everybody. Actually, I'm not going to cut that, I'm going to leave that long. So we've got that bit there. So because I've got it done on that side, I need to repeat it on that side, and then I'll just bend that down just a little bit. So you've got a little bit coming down there, and you've got another step up to here with another little placement. So about now we're filling in those spaces that were there. We have a space here and we have a space over there. What will we do? I know what we will do. We will just bring in a little bit of gum, a little bit shorter, down into there. So what we've done now is we've had that transition from there at the sides, and we bring it into here. We've got the same issue on this side. As long as you remember that, because you did it on that side, you need to do it on this side. And if you have everything the same length, so on this side, this is about the same length, this can just be pushed down and into there. Now, when I look at that, I'm having an issue. The issue I'm having is I've got this line through here, that and that are the same length. No, we don't like that. Remember at the top here how we step them down? Now, I must just tell you, those there are annoying me, but I'm going to fix those in a minute. So just cutting a couple of inches off that stem, and now we'll bring that in because we're wanting this to be like a filler. Now, the other thing is I've got that there, and I don't have anything here to connect in with that. So we've got this all happening over there. It's all very lovely, but actually that needs to just be another piece into this side. So that's more towards the back. With this, what we'll do is we'll bring that more towards the front. It's like a good workout doing this. So we'll bring that to the front. So now what's happening is the eye's coming up, it's seeing that, it's seeing the white camellias, it's seeing this, and it's drifting through to there and then up and off. That's looking beautiful. This is still annoying me because it's got a mind of its own and it's just not doing what it should be doing. So I'm going to unleash that, and I want to share what the problem is. We don't want that shape. we need this to come in to there. So see what happens by bringing that into there. So much better. So cutting, and for those who haven't seen cutting before, this is how I do it. These are just my normal everyday floral snips that I use for everything. If you hold it right, look at that. I love how that just snips off just like so. So there to there. Let's bring this further down and into the design. Oh yes, now I'm loving it. So when you look through the foliage, you can see it, and it looks like everything is growing from one point up and through. Don't worry about this hole, because don't forget we're going to be putting some fresh into this. Now there's another little problem. That there, I know that I'm not the only one that's having this problem. This is when you need to train your eye. Now when I was doing my training, I was told one eye sees, one eye feels. Well, I'm feeling and seeing at the same time that is just a little bit too big. So whack that out, and don't forget my little rule of check, 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 check. Once you cut, you can never go back. But I know that it's that much too long. So I'm cutting another couple, maybe 4 inches off there. And now when I put this into there, this is much better. It's all very difficult working back to front, just telling you that. But that is much better. That there's just a little bit too wide, but I'm not going to worry about that until I'm finished, because I may have to cut a little bit off. Right, let's just, because we're doing this basically all in artificial, then we're going to bring the fresh flowers in, which is another little tip and trick I can share with you, and I will share the next time we're here. Okay, I want to put a little bit of hydrangea into there. Ta-da! Filled up that hole. I haven't actually used very much in this design, but it's looking like there's a lot. It's just in the placement. Okay, because I put that there, I'm going to bring that, and I'm going to bring that into there. Yes! So the eye comes in, it hits that, and it whoops across and over to that. And we've got lovely balance, because we've still got that line that's coming through there, remembering that what we do on this side, we have to do it on this side. Let me show you with this third one. What I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to bring that, oops, a little bit rough. I'm going to bring that over and into there. We are doing no more to this design today. If you are into learning how to do floral design, if you do this over and over and over again, you are just going to be amazed at how quickly you can get into doing the flowers for your church every week. I'm loving this, and when you see it again, you're going to so love the different things that you can do for one structured base. It was my pleasure to teach and share the skills that I have locked away in my head, and it feels very good. So thanks for watching. I hope I've been of help. If there's anything that I can help you with in the design way for this type of arranging, please drop me a line to astasplace@gmail or customer care at Presti's Botanicals. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and you can direct message me there. And also don't forget that all of these flowers, if you hit the Astar 15, you will get 15% discount on your flowers. See you again.